Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our San Growth International Education Experts online. Today, I'm so happy to have Dr. Marina with us. She is the professor and director of the Center of Adlerian Practice and Scholarship of Adler University. And she's also the diploma in Adlerian Psychology of NASAP, Vice President of the International Association of Individual Psychology. And she is the co-founder of Adler Academy. She is also the author of 3 books and many articles. She originally comes from Russia, but now living and teaching in United States. And she has lots of international teaching experience, like in Europe, in Japan, and Korea, and in China. So let's give Dr. Marina a big applause. Welcome.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for this warm introduction, Julie. And I know at this point I only see a screen of my computer and a web camera, but in my mind and in my heart, I see many of you who I know and I miss seeing, and many of you who I maybe never met, but I hope I will meet in the future. So I want you to know that I'm speaking to every single one of you who is watching this recording right now, this interview right now.
Okay, thank you. And actually now is a very special period and special challenge in China now. But today we are going to talk about how to raise a kid in an Adlerian way. So hopefully our topic can help you to deal with this huge challenge in this special period. And also we hope the content can help you in the future to know more how to parent the kids, how to educate your kids. So let's start. Dr. Marina, is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So my first question is about now Adlerian psychology is getting more and more popular in China. And many Chinese parents really want to know how to raise a kid in an Adlerian way. What's the specialties of Adlerian perceptives? So yeah, I am already want to hear your answers. Yeah.
There's so many thoughts in my mind right now as you were asking this question, Shirley. The one thing I wanted to tell all of you that it's not surprising to me that Adlerian psychology is becoming more and more popular in China, whether in generally relatively prosperous times or during the times of crisis, because Adlerian psychology was developed in response to a very crisis time in Europe at the beginning of the last century, between right after the World War I and between World War I and World War II, when there was a lot of children suicide and a lot of crime, a lot of poverty, a lot of despair, and Adlerian psychology that is based on very special values, and I will talk about that a little bit, was a response to these social challenges. And more than ever, I'm thinking now how lucky we are to have this value-based psychology in our hearts, in our minds, in our hands. Because to me, Adlerian psychology is a miracle that can really guide our way toward a happier and more prosperous and more peaceful life. So I'll tell you why, and I'm still thinking about why. And there's several things in my mind. The one is that Adlerian psychology is a psychology of hope and love. There is no other theory that does have values, the other psychological theories that are based on techniques, and Adlerian psychology is based on values. And the values is what's so important in our life, because techniques, we forget them. We cannot live life with techniques, but we cannot live life without values. And the values are, the one very special is a value of social interest. And that is being able to see with the eyes of another, hear with the ears of another, and feel with the heart of another. And in parenting, this is absolutely wonderful reminder, because Adlerian parenting is a democratic parenting, and it's based on our ability to see, to hear, and to feel the child's heart, and not only assess the child behavior, is it good or is it bad, is it misbehavior or is it not, but really see what the child's goal is, and also believing that every child wants to belong, wants to feel safe and significant, wants to contribute. It's just because some children are becoming very discouraged, and some parents are becoming very discouraged, then what we see is not what fits the picture of the happy child and a happy family. So this is where we come into second important Adlerian value, and that is an idea of encouragement. And Adlerian parenting, the best of Adlerian parenting and the best of Adlerian counseling and the best of human relationships in Adlerian theory are based on encouragement. And encouragement is very important topic in Adlerian psychology, because we really distinguish, we make a difference between encouragement and praise. And we're not just saying, oh, this is a good job, because that would be a praise. We are saying things and doing things that would help the child to do more of a good behavior and less of misbehavior. Encouragement is focused on the future. Praise is focused on the past. And this is a fundamental thing in Adlerian psychology. The other thing, and there are many, many other things, another thing that just comes to my mind right now is that we really make a difference between the deed and the doer. And it might sound strange a little bit, but I will explain. When the child is misbehaving, it's very easy to start sort of disliking the child, to say, oh, you're always doing that way. Or you act like almost like your father, who I don't like. Or you act like in a way that you'll never get a good job, or you'll never go to a good university. And the child is responding to not being liked by sometimes intensifying misbehavior. So what we do in Adlerian parenting, and again, we do many more things, this is just several tips, is that we distinguish the child and what the child is doing. We still liking the child, because every child needs love. Every adult needs love too. And we distinguish that from what they've done, which may not be very useful. We say, I like you very much, but what you have done is not useful. It's not very good, but I still like you. So we really distinguish these two. We're not saying, I hate you, right? We're saying that you are a good person. You want to be good. You want to belong. You want to feel significant and safe and to contribute. But what you've done is probably not the very good way to get there. Can we find a more useful way to get where you want to get? And that's another thing that is very important. Rudolf Dreikurs says that a child needs encouragement like a plant needs water. There is a lot of encouragement that every child needs, because it is a lot of courage they need to nurture in their heart so they can keep growing and they keep overcoming.